How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video, and as you can see, the Supra is taken apart behind me. I'm gonna be going over that in this video, but a lot of you guys have been asking me where the hell Project WAP is, and what are you gonna do with Project WAP? Like, why haven't we seen Project WAP on the channel? So I'm gonna go ahead and use the beginning of this video to talk about Project WAP. Now, no, I have not sold Project WAP. There's a reason, though, why you guys really haven't been seeing any content on Project WAP. That's because she has never really worked correctly. I mean, she did for a little bit. Let me go ahead and pop the hood, sorry. Probably should have stopped right there and just cut, but we're gonna go ahead and do this as a one take. Project WAP has never really ran like full 100% correctly. And part of it is my fault. Part of it might be kind of because of the shop, but I'm gonna go ahead and cover everything that's been happening with Project WAP. So let's go ahead and take a look. So Project WAP, if you are new to my channel, is a 2JZ single turbo swapped Mustang drift car. And if you guys have been following along with Project WAP, you know that I built Project WAP to drift, and I have not drifted it yet. And it's kind of funny because I'll take it out to car meets, people be like, oh, so how much power is it? I'm like, oh, it's like, you know, high 300 horsepower, it's a drift car, but I've never drifted it. And then everyone's like, oh, well, that's weird. Why would you buy a drift car or build a drift car if you'll never drift it? I want to drift it, but I don't have anyone really to drift with at the moment. I could go alone, but there is a lot that is, yeah, I'm a newbie. I'm not a drift guy. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if this is even gonna survive one drift day. So I don't really wanna go alone, have it break, and then just be shit out of luck. So I've just kind of been holding off and waiting until everyone is ready. So Project WAP was built late last year, and it was built as a drift car, and they told me that we were gonna go drifting all throughout the winter, and we have yet to go once. I think one or two people might have their cars ready to go drifting, but even Project WAP, like as is still not ready to go drifting, and there's a reason for that. So if you remember, I blew up the trans a while back. Well, when I blew up the trans, I tossed a new one in, and I actually got the fucking exhaust system straight pipe, not straight pipe, there's a muffler on it, but I freed up the exhaust system. I actually put a MagnaFlow on it, so it sounds more like an actual modded car rather than the stock Ford muffler that was constricting its airway. Once that happened, it started with boost cutting. And so I went to my tuner, and my tuner was saying that it wasn't the tune, it's fuel pressure. For some reason, the fuel pressure is dropping, and we have no idea why. Now, I went and I already fucking changed out my injectors just to make sure it wasn't those. It wasn't them, so I put back in my old ones. I changed out my fuel filter, wasn't that. So it only can be the pressure regulator, maybe the sensor, and the fuel pump. For some reason though, out of nowhere, it's just dropping. So I'm betting that the fuel pump that was put in is bad already somehow. I don't know, but long story short, this car has not really ran right for about 6 months, and it's just been sitting on the back burner because I have other projects like the Supra, the McLaren, the Civic, the Mustang, all these other projects that I want to get done first, especially if no one's even ready to go drifting. Why am I gonna go and finish my car and have it pretty much just be sitting there if no one else is actually ready to go drifting? There's no point to that. So she's just been sitting. It kind of just seems like I wasted a lot of my money on it, and it's just been sitting like this. Like, I think it's a good looking car. I just have it sitting under a car cover. I think the wheels look fine on it. It needs tires, it needs an alignment, it needs a few things, but the fuel pressure thing is the one thing where I can't even really enjoy the car because of the fuel pressure, and it's really annoying. And like, I've even thought about it, and I know you guys would be very upset, so I haven't done it. I've thought about selling the car. I do not really care anymore. I've lost interest on Project WAP. And it's not because I don't care, it's because it's just never really ran right. So I've never really been able to experience what she could do because it's never ran right. So I'm just like, what do? Do I finish the project? Do I get it up and running? Do I go drift it once and then sell it? Or do I just sell it right now? Like, if I sold it right now, I wouldn't get as much money as I would get if it was 100%, because it's not 100% obviously. But if I don't sell it, then it's just sitting there wasting away, and it's just, I don't know. So I need your guys' help on this. What do you guys recommend I do with Project WAP? I love the project. I think it's a cool car. A lot of people love it when they see it at car meets. They're like, what the fuck? Like, why would you take a new Edge Mustang and throw a 2J in it? And it's because it's cool. It's because it's random, and it's because it's a waste of money. But at the end of the day, does it make sense to keep around? I don't know. You guys got to tell me. What do you think? Should I just keep it for a little bit longer, see if I can fix the fuel issue, or just sell it? Let me know down below. And there is going to be one guy in the comments, well, Drew, it's a fuel issue. It shouldn't be that hard to fix. Like, go ahead and just fix it. I would like to go fix it, but Sideways right now is pretty booked up. They don't really have room for me to squeeze in there and get this knocked out, so I don't really have a way of fixing it. Like, I can't drop a fuel tank by myself in my driveway. I could, but I don't want to. So again, it's on the back burner. comment down below what I should do with it. Today though, we are going to be pulling the motor out of the Supra. Now as you can see, it's already out. Like, I already pulled it, but I have the footage and I'm gonna throw that in right now of me pulling it. Should be pulling the motor out of the Supra today. As you can see, I got a lot of shit disconnected. The hood obviously is off. Obviously, if you saw last video, we got the exhaust manifold off. A lot of it is off. We got to just drain the coolant, disconnect that, disconnect the power steering pump and the compressor down there for the AC, and then all of the little harness stuff, and it should be pretty much good to go. And it's not that hard. We have equipment here to do so. My buddy Eric let me borrow his engine crane right here and his engine stand. So we got equipment, we got everything we need. We should be able to knock this out today, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna do the easy stuff. I'm gonna move the bumper out of the way. I just threw it on so that way the car cover would fit it nicely. I'm gonna take the bumper off. It's just held on by a couple of clips right underneath this weather stripping right here. That will come off nice and easy, and then we will drain the coolant, and then that will be checked off the list. I'm not gonna record every single little thing I do. I'm gonna knock this out off camera. It's just small things here. When we get to the actual meat and gravy of pulling the motor, I'll turn on the camera. But for now, let me go and knock out all these little things. All right, so it's been about 30 minutes and I've already gotten a lot knocked out. Let me show you guys. So underneath the hood, or I guess where the hood would be, we have the coil rad taken out and set aside over there. We have the upper and lower radiator hoses pulled out as well. Super easy stuff. We have the power steering pump, I believe, taken out for the most part. We have both bolts disconnected, so it should wiggle out, but it's not, so I got to figure out what's holding that in. The AC compressor down here, I think 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5 of the bolts are out, and then we have the fuse box disassembled, throttle cable off, all the little easy stuff all taken apart. All that's left is the motor mount bolts, and then I need to disconnect some of this harness. It's hard to see, but the stuff that goes under my firewall, I need to disconnect some of that so that way I can actually pull out the motor. But yeah, for the most part, not too bad yet. And I already got my hooks mounted on, so they're bolted in, straightened and everything. Then I just gotta hook it all up and yank her out, so it should be pretty straightforward. So far so good, but we all know, because we've all worked on cars before, it can go really wrong really fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this next part slow, try to figure out what I need to disconnect from in there, and then we will move on. All right, so this has been the most annoying part so far. I got the harness taken out. I had to fit all of this and all these fucking connectors through that fucking vagina right there. So we got them out. I just ended up doing them one at a time, which is I think the only way to do it, but it wasn't fun. I mean, it really wasn't that fun. So that's out. The mount bolts are out. I just got to finish disconnecting the compressor and the power steering pump, and then I got to find where this big bad boy wire goes to, and then we should be good to go. All right, I got on my Get Dirty shirt now. I think we're good. I got everything disconnected down here. I have it resting on the K-member and sway bar, so that's all good to go. I think now we can hook up the actual crane itself and slowly lift out the motor. I'm gonna do it really slow just because I really wanna double check that everything is disconnected. I think it is, but we'll have to see. Ugh. Never pulled the motor by myself before, so this is gonna be fun. Let me go ahead and get this about where I want it. What am I hitting? In time too. It is now time to go pick up the Honda stuff, but take a look at this. Got it out of the car, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I am so excited to now do exactly what I want to do to you and go through everything. And we're gonna go ahead and start cleaning up the engine bay and everything as well, because if you look, when I pulled it out, the engine bay is really dirty. So I got to go ahead and buy some degreaser and just soak everything in degreaser and then clean it all out, because it's nasty. Like, this is disgusting. I also need to order up a new starter. I have my new bell housing coming this week, so that'll be good. My clutch looks fine, and then I got to get this. I got to get longer actual bell housing bolts so I can actually toss it on the motor stand. But that's all stuff we're going to be doing today. And then tomorrow I'm going to pull the valve cover, pull the oil pan, clean them, reseal them, and then it's almost ready to drop back in. But yeah, so this video is going to seem really out of order and it's going to be really random, and we're going to be jumping all over the place on the time. You know, it's like the multiverse in the Marvel universe. We're going to be jumping all around. So let's go ahead and start tearing apart the Supra. Well, I probably just won dumbass of the week. So I went out and bought a bunch of cleaning supplies so I can degrease and pressure wash all of that dirt. Sorry, hopefully it focuses. That's all just caked on like grease and oil all in here, just all this grease and oil everywhere in here, right? Bought some cleaning supplies. They're over there in that bag on the floor. And my dumbass took the pressure washer to the new house. So I don't have a pressure washer to do it with, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it with the garden hose and that jet stream. So let me pull the Supra out and then we'll start that. All right, so I've gotten everything kind of out of the way, minus the sunglasses. Everything seems to be cleared off. I taped up the fuel lines and I kind of tucked them away. That way we don't get any water in there. That way we just don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna put this in a plastic bag. The fuse box, I obviously don't want that to get really wet. I'll actually tuck these connectors away as well. So everything in here can get wet. I'm mainly gonna focus in this area down here because this is where it's really nasty. So let's just get to work. Might be kind of hard to see because we have a lot of white and a lot of black, but I'm gonna go ahead and just soak it all. I just picked up this AutoZone, what is it called? Spray 9. Oh, there we go. So I'm just gonna soak it all. Just fucking go to town. God, everywhere I go, the wind is just blowing in my face. This is really miserable. All right, I'm gonna let it soak for a long time. All right, first rinse. Let's see how much comes off. So after just the first rinse, we already are a lot cleaner. Like that looks damn near brand new. That's pretty impressive. I'm gonna go ahead and spray it on again and scrub this time. But like there's a lot of stuff that I didn't know was here before. Like that connector down there I didn't see because it was so dark and black. I didn't even know that there was wires showing and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray it again and scrub it in a little bit this time with a brush and then just go to town again. All right, so just after a few seconds of scrubbing, it already looks pretty much brand new. And I haven't even started. And this was all done without the pressure washer. So you can do this to your car at home and it already looks so much nicer. So next is I'm gonna lift it up and do the underneath, but then after that, we're gonna sand all of this, remove everything I could, and then go ahead and start spraying it so it looks nice and brand new. Anyways guys, that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you did enjoy that video. Supra motor is out, Project WAP. You guys gotta let me know, what do you think? If I sell it, I can go crazy on the Civic, I can go crazy on the McLaren, I can get some extra money on hand, and I'll have a free parking spot, so maybe I could pick up something else. But comment down below what I should do with Project WAP. And anyways, until next video, peace.